I'm at home today. The lighting is not that good here. It was much better at school. Anyway, so I have a few questions before we begin to read the text. By the way, have you read the text, studied the text at home, or are we going to study it here?
I read it.
Aylin, you have studied it, right?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Kader?
Yes, I read it at home.
Perfect, perfect. Okay, thank you for studying the text at home. So I have a question for you. Do you think English will lose its importance in the coming decades or centuries, maybe? What do you think? Can you explain your ideas on this? Aylin, you can begin if you like.
I don't think so.
Why? There must be a reason for this, right?
Because I think that it becomes a cultural things.
So what is the language of science and technology in the globalized world?
Well, it's English right now.
It's English. What is the medium, well, not medium, what is the language of international communication, for example?
It's also English. And
it's English.
Yes.
How about other rising languages? Do you know any other language that is gaining in importance?
Chinese.
Chinese, according
to mentioned in the text.
It's mentioned, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. How about you, Kader? Do you think English will lose its importance in the coming decades? And why? Or why not?
I think English is not past decades year.
So you say English will remain the world's most favorite language?
Yes, I think.
Okay, you think so. That's okay. How about translation technology? What do you think about translation technology? Aylin, what do you think about translation technology?
I think there is many development about it, but I don't think that machines will be, I think that machines will be inadequate to express our feelings, because I believe the power of words, and I don't think that machines can do it instead of us.
I see. Okay. Have you ever used any translation program or software?
Oh, I use Google Translation.
Google Translation. Okay.
Yes.
You use Google Translate. Do you think it's efficient enough?
It's efficient, but I personally prefer
You prefer another translation tool? Or?
Ya, hocam demeye çalıştım diyemedim ama hani kabaca bir fikir vermesi açısından aslında kullanıyorum.
Okay.
Yani düzenleme yine bana kalıyor. Tabii söyleyebilsem güzel olacak.
Obviously, okay. So you just use it to get an idea, right?
Yes, that's true.
But you work on that. You post-edit. You edit the Google Translate output later.
Yes, that's true.
Okay, okay. So how many speakers of English are there in the world? Do you have an idea of this?
I don't have, teacher.
It's in the text, actually. Can you scan the text very quickly and find the answer very quickly? This is not direct reading. This is only scanning, okay? You scan the text very fast. Not word by word, but line and paragraph by paragraph. You scan the text, spot the answer. Spot the answer, find the answer.
350 million people.
Okay, but that's in China, right? There are other numbers. Could you also take a look at other numbers? Just on this page, not others. Take a look at this page only.
1.5 billion people around the world speak English.
Okay. And this is those people who speak it as their second language, right?
Yes.
How about people who have it as their first language, mother tongue, mother language?
It's fewer than 400 million.
Yes, people. Okay. I think, well, it could be maybe 500 million. You know, people in Canada, people in the US, in the UK, and Australia, basically. These are English-speaking countries, right?
Yes, that's true, but there is a huge gap between these two.
Yes, because people mostly speak English as their second language. And more people learn English as a foreign language, right? Kader, can you define what a lingua franca is? What's a lingua franca? It's here. You can tell that in your own words. What do you understand from the term lingua franca?
Lingua franca is that we use in
Okay, go ahead.
Ortak have common. We use in have common language.
So think about two people, friends. Just imagine two people. One person is an Arabic person, okay? This is, let's say, Abdullah, okay? And this is Arif from Turkey. Arif doesn't know Arabic. Abdullah doesn't know Turkish. So they speak in English, right?
That's right.
Have you ever been in a situation like this?
Yes, I have been.
Yes, can you explain that? What happened? Whom did you speak to? In what language did you speak?
I had a friend. She was from Albania. And we both are fans of a group. And we try to talk on Instagram.
That happens on the internet, yes.
Yes, her English was better, but she keeps saying that your English is also good. And she tried to teach me Albanian language.
Albanian, okay. And she was right, because your English is not bad. That's good.
Thank you, teacher.
So at least you can communicate. That's important, I suppose. So you spoke in English?
Yes, I did.
People go to Poland, for example. Students, Erasmus students go to Poland. Polish students don't know Turkish, and Turkish students don't know Polish. So they communicate in English, right?
Right, teacher.
Have you ever have you ever been to other countries in Europe or somewhere else?
I don't have been. But I took a chance to Erasmus, but I couldn't do it because of COVID situations.
I see. It was unfortunate. Yeah.
Yes, teacher, that's true.
Okay. Okay. So, friends, let's talk about now. I asked you a question about translation technology, but let's elaborate on that. Okay, let's talk about that a little bit more, a few more minutes. So, what do you know about voice recognition technology, for example? How do we use it? Where do we use it in our daily lives? Any ideas? Voice recognition technology.
I didn't use it, but I think it has so many benefits for people, especially who doesn't know English.
Okay, do you use text-to-speech technology or speech recognition technology? Or you have two different technologies, right? Speech-to-text, text-to-speech. And this is globally considered as voice recognition technology. So imagine that you call a call center of a bank or another institution. You usually hear machine voice, right? In Turkish, you say, hoş geldiniz, it says. So that's yes. Voice recognition, actually. So you say, for example, I want to do this. So the machine directly takes you to the related channel. Anyway, what else do you know about voice recognition technology, Kader? Can you tell us a few things about this?
I agree with you, with Eileen. I didn't use voice recognition technology. I don't have other information for now.
So imagine that you are a tourist, okay, walking in the streets of Paris, and you say in Turkish, you say something in Turkish, and a mobile phone program software changes it into spoken French. Okay? For example, yes. You say merhaba, okay? And it gives you the French translation in oral form. That's very useful, I suppose. Right?
Right, teacher.
For example, you can use voice recognition, text to speech actually, to ask the program to read this text for you. Have you ever used it? Have you ever used it?
Siri can be one of this technology?
Yes, yes. You say something orally and Siri can understand you.
Yes, that's true.
And provide you Google results, right? Search results.
Right, teacher.
That's right. That's another good example of voice recognition technology. Yes. Okay. Translation technologies are actually developing very fast. You have now better translation in Google Translate, and there are a bunch of other machine translation software, and they are all useful, I suppose. We call this machine translation. And machine translation is being used, right? So, friends, English is facing some difficulties, right? Can you tell me about those difficulties? What difficulties does English face nowadays? What English, what difficulties, let's say, challenge English language today, the English language today? Can you tell me?
I think
One by one, please.
Kader konuşabilir hocam önce.
Please go ahead.
Maybe hybrid language. Hybrid language is English. Yok konuşamıyorum hocam şu an.
No problem. Just go ahead. We could listen to you. No problem. Say something. Try to say something.
English faces some problem. One of them hybrid language. Vernacular language and international English. People speak vernacular English and international English at the same time.
Yes. Okay. So have you ever heard of Hinglish? Hinglish.
I don't hear before this.
Or maybe Singlish. Let's say Singlish.
Yes, I don't hear Singlish in this text.
Not
before
in
this text.
Not in this text, but Singlish is Singaporean English.
Yes.
Yeah. So the text mentions other types of hybrid languages. Can you find them and tell me? Maybe Sultan?
Hocam, İngilizce öğrenmenin zorluklarından bahsediyorsunuz. Farklı İngilizcelerden bahsediyorsunuz. Bilmiyorum. Singlish başka bir lehçeymiş. Hinglish de herhalde başka bir lehçe.
Yeah. Okay. Hinglish is here, right? Hinglish. And it says Banglish or Tanglish, Tamil English.
Biz Amerikan İngilizcesi ile İngiltere İngilizcesini duyduk daha önce. Öbürlerini bilmiyorum ben.
Well, you also have Spanglish, Spanish English. It's not a dialect. It's not an accent. These are not accents or dialects. These are different languages, different than English. But it's actually a mixture of, for example, Hindi and English. Hindi and English come together and you have that language, English. Have you ever watched, what was the name? Bollywood movies? Bollywood.
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
I did.
Yeah, Amir Khan's films, for example.
No.
You have a different type of English in that movie, in those movies, actually. That's called English, for example. Okay?
Yes, teacher.
Hindistan
Even
İngilizcesi mi oluyor o da? Tamam hocam.
Yeah, that's right. Bengal English. Okay? Bengali English, a combination that would be Bengali English and Banglish. Okay, and there are Hispanic Americans, right? They speak Spanglish this time. Well, why do people speak this type of English? Do you have any ideas? Why don't they speak American English or British English? Instead, they produce their own variety.
Hocam şey gibi, bu Arapçadaki lehçeler gibi herkes kendi yöresindeki dil ile, mesela onlar da Fasih Arapçayı kendi yörelerindeki dil ile karıştırıyorlar. Sanırım burada da yerel dil ile İngilizcenin karışımı ortaya çıkıyor. Ayrı bir dil oluşuyor.
That's right. That's right. Any other ideas?
They are thinking Spanglish is something that they can be proud of.
Yes.
When they are using it.
Yes, that's right. So they are trying to project their identities, right? This is my identity.
Yes, teachers.
So I say I'm a Turkish person, so I will speak Turkish, perhaps. But Turkish is not good for us as Turks or Turkish speakers, right? We should speak English. That's my personal opinion. We should speak English as English and Turkish as Turkish. A combination would do no good, I suppose. That's my personal opinion. What do you think?
I agree with you. I agree with you, teacher.
Mm-hmm.
A combination gives damage both of these languages.
That's right. Obviously, that's right. I agree. Yes, that's true. If you combine languages, if you produce a hybrid language, then both languages are harmed. That's right.
It tends to corrosion, I think.
Yeah, somehow they borrow from each other, especially Turkish borrows from English, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so here is a story about a job seeker, or a suggestion rather than a story. What does the text suggest in terms of learning a language? In this paragraph, can you read this paragraph and tell me what the text suggests about finding a job?
I think almost every person in the world can understand English a little bit. Levels don't matter. And job seekers like me needs to stop learning English and start to learn Chinese.
Chinese, yes. There is international trade, for example, in which trade with China necessitates Chinese, right? You can also communicate in English, so. Yes, okay. Okay, how about learning Chinese in the United States? What is the status of Chinese in the US? Can you read this paragraph and tell me? Maybe Kader could respond.
It is increasing day by day. Especially for college level.
So there had been a 50% increase over the past decade.
That's true.
That's a huge increase, I suppose.
And Chinese is very hard.
Chinese as a language is very hard, yes. Yes. There are two dialects or accents of Chinese: Mandarin accent and Cantonese accent. They can't understand each other. Isn't it interesting?
Interesting, and I think it's ridiculous at the same time.
Or maybe one way comprehensibility is the case. One of them can understand the first and the other one can't. Something like this, maybe. Okay, how about the case in Uganda? What do you think about the practice in Uganda? Could you read that part and respond, please? Yes, finished reading this paragraph?
They conduct classes entirely in English.
Mm-hmm. They provide education in English in secondary schools. Is it the same in Turkey? Is it the same in Turkey?
It is not, I think.
It's not.
Yes.
In secondary schools in Turkey, we teach kids in Turkish.
Yes, that's true.
Are there English medium universities in Turkey? English medium universities? Any ideas? What does an English medium class, school, or university mean? So it means the education in that school is in English. Okay, so is there a university like this in Turkey?
Yes, Turkey has some university that study English.
Yeah, that's right. They provide their education, deliver classes in English, like
ODTÜ'de var mesela hocam, ODTÜ.
That's right.
Or
Okay.
some departments also have something like that. My department is 30% English.
30% in English?
Yes, that's true.
Okay, so do teachers speak in English classes or English medium classes?
They are not speaking, but our notes and exams are in English.
I see. I see. Okay. Okay, friends. Well, how about the developments, changes that are taking place in English, like text and friend? What is the change that the text is telling us about the words text and friend? What are the developments, changes? Can you read and respond to this question?
Conversations is improving.
How about the change about text and friend?
Some nouns are turning into verbs.
Verbs, yes, yes, yes. That's right.
And I think this is caused by social media.
That's right. For example, Google was a noun in the past, but today you use it as a verb.
And it's very popular.
Yes, can you please Google this, Google that? Okay. Okay, friends. Now I have a test for you. I'm going to share the test with you. The test has no title. This is about text, about the text, and the questions are easy. Just don't worry, okay? I'm going to share the link, if you could see it. Have you received the link?
Yes, teacher, we received.
Okay, go ahead and sign in. I'm going to start the game as soon as everyone enters the test. There are 6 questions. Two more people, please, or one more. Okay, let's go. Okay, thank you, friends. We have 3 winners. Aylin ranks first, Kader ranks second, and Sultan ranks the 3rd. Thank you, friends, participating in this class. I recommend you to listen to the audio recording of this text. I sent it to Aylin. I think she will share it with you, right, Aylin?
I already.
Thank you, that's good. And you could also listen to this a couple of times and try to retell it in your own words while you are working in the park. Not working, let's say walking in the park, okay? Or you are walking on the street, just retell the whole passage to yourself. Or maybe while you are having a coffee, at home, okay? You could listen and retell. Listen, retell, that will be a very, very good strategy to improve your speaking. I always recommend it, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Have a good week, friends. Study the next chapter, the next reading text. Let me take a look at it, if it is here. Yeah, it's here. That is 8th one, okay, the 8th one. What does online shopping during lockdown mean for the environment? Okay, this will be the next text that you should read for next week. It's a shorter one. No, it's just a typical text. Okay, okay. See you next week, friends. Hopefully.
See you, teacher.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
See you. Thank you.